Did you know that in this movie, most of the uniforms worn by the Nazis in the book burning scene were authentic Nazi uniforms from World War II? A bunch of authentic Nazi uniforms were found by costume designer Anthony Powell to be used in the movie. So this Indiana Jones movie is one of the best, if not the best Indiana Jones movie out of all four movies. And a lot of the reasons why I love this Indiana Jones movie so much is just the use of characters in this movie, the pacing, the excitement, the adrenaline, the adventure, just having a lot more backstory into Indiana Jones, his character, and how he became Indiana Jones, and his journey to his love of archaeology. I thought that was a really strong point of the movie. We found out a lot of things about Indiana Jones in this movie, how he got his name, his fear of snakes, how he got that scar on his chin, why he also never talks about his father in any of the movies before this. But what the beautiful thing this movie did was it brought them back together after 20 some years, and they went on this crazy wild adventure together, and they realized like all the stuff they've been missing out on. You know, a lot of rekindling going on, a lot of beautiful father-son moments, and of course tons of comedic moments between the both of them. They truly do act like father and son a lot, just how they interact with each other, and how Henry really has no idea why Indiana does what he does. He's never seen him in action before, so all the crazy stuff that Indiana Jones does that we're all used to, his dad has never seen that before, so you know, he's always just so shocked and appalled by the actions that Indiana Jones does. And it's just really funny. Two generations of Joneses together. It's definitely a force to be reckoned with in this movie. I also like the fact that Marcus Brody got some pretty good screen time in this movie. He barely got any screen time in the first movie. He wasn't in the second movie. And in this movie, he gets a lot of screen time. We find out more about him. Just how he really is kind of a klutz. He's not the smartest guy in the room, but he's a very fun character, and I just love that they definitely gave his character some justice in this. It just made it even more entertaining and just added to the camaraderie of it all. I'd say the only thing that this movie does that I'm not a huge fan of, it's repetition once again with Nazis and religious artifacts. It's going back to Raiders of the Lost Ark, and there's a lot of similarities between the quest and the bad guys in the two. And then I get that during the 30s the Nazis were very prominent. I guess it makes sense to add them again, but I often think that maybe they could have added a different kind of bad guy in this movie. Like, there are other bad people in the world besides Nazis in the 1930s all around the world who would want the Holy Grail just as much or even more than the Nazis. I don't really like repetitive stuff, but it's still done really well. When it comes to this movie, I feel that it's right up there with Raiders of the Lost Ark, and I've had a hard time kind of convincing myself whether or not it's the best Indiana Jones movie or if it's tied for first. And for me, I'd say that this movie ties for first, because when I'm really trying to break down the movie in terms of details and what makes Raiders better than The Last Crusade, I really can't find any reasoning why both movies can't just be first place in my book. So for The Last Crusade, I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10 Mudflaps. And remember to leave me a thumbs up. And drop in the comments below, what was your favorite part of The Last Crusade? See you next time.